These are some weird times. Good morning, everybody. This is Judith Echo. You're listening to Mad Love. Let's get into it. So here's what's really strange to me right now. There was a huge dump from the Department of Justice of more Epstein files. So, I am so confused. It feels like we are living in a fever dream. Like some sort of schizophrenic world, because half of what you see is crazy and contradictive to what the next half is going to be, if that makes sense. So you got Kash Patel, who clearly gets on TV at some point last year in one of these hearings, and it's like, there's nothing to see here, folks. There are no smoking gun files. There's nobody you're going to hear about in these files that'll shock you. There's nothing here. There was no trafficking of women. Or not even. To be clear, the more you read, Jeffrey Epstein trafficked women, underage girls, and I think the gotcha is going to be kids. We're getting closer and closer to finding out how important children are to this blackmail process. They haven't come right out and said it yet, but it's going to be boys and girls, I guarantee you, because that's the way it works in regular justice systems, one of which I just stopped working in. Little boys and little girls get sexually assaulted all the time. I'm not insensitive to it. It's horrible. Those are my least favorite cases to work on. You don't see much, but you hear the children explaining what happens to them by their predators, and it is horrible. And it's always someone they trusted. And these are the people that get caught. So you're talking about people who are famous, who are friends with politicians, who are friends with judges, who are friends with systems, and they somehow haven't been able to get caught. So with all of these new emails that just got released by the Department of Justice that Kash Patel swore didn't exist, you see a lot of really strange things. So this article, and there's many articles, all you have to do is Google. So Steve Tisch, he's in there a lot. And he's mentioned more than 400 times in email threads from 2013 alone. Reportedly more than anyone else in this batch. Steve Tisch is a movie producer. I recognize his name. I think his family used to own TISCH. He's a co-owner of the Giants, and he produced Forrest Gump, but I think they used to own CBS. The Tisch family has been very big in media for a long time. And he was very close to Epstein, and apparently couldn't get women. A lot of these men, Epstein was like their pimp. So that's the same for the guy who owns the Jets too. I think is it Woody Johnson, Woody somebody. He owns the Jets, and he used Epstein to get women and introductions to women too. Which, like, what's happening here? Elon Musk, who lied and said he never went because he rejected Jeffrey. Apparently he tried to go twice and Jeffrey rejected him. He couldn't accommodate his schedule. But it's fair to say he never went, but he made it seem like he didn't want to go. But they found emails where he clearly wanted to be there because he wanted to go to the wildest party that he was offering. So you do the math, liar. Another guy who swore up and down, he's now the U.S. Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick. He swore up and down that he just did not. He and his wife met Epstein, and they were icked out by him and just never wanted to be bothered with him. But apparently he and his wife had lunch. They wanted to have lunch on Epstein's island. And they were they didn't seem icked out by him at all. So that's strange. Here's something that's weird. So Mira Nair, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I know she's a successful filmmaker. I did not know her son was now the mayor of New York City, Zoran Mamdani. Mamdani, I'm sorry. Does anybody just come from like the ground up? You know what I mean? Like Mira Nair, or Nair, or however you say her name, she has made a lot of films. She is probably the most prominent Indian filmmaker and female filmmaker for sure. There's also speculation that her son might be Jeffrey Epstein. There's pictures of her with her little son standing next to Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein. So I don't know. Is anybody just, a regular American? Like, this is weird to me. It's so strange. So I didn't know that she appears in the emails, but it doesn't seem like. But I didn't know she was the new mayor's mom. But this is so wild. Nobody's just a regular person anymore. Everybody's connected to somebody. And she's made some big films. I'm not seeing any of them listed here. But apparently she went to a party at Ghislaine Maxwell's house after a screening of Amelia. But anyway, Lady Gaga's name was dropped. Apparently Deepak Chopra really wanted Lady Gaga to be a part of philanthropic dinners. Because, Epstein met with a lot of scientists and different people, which is wild. One of India's prime ministers is mentioned in emails, because don't forget, he was also doing politics. I mean, it's just crazy. It's a very, very weird thing. Then also, I think one of the victims in the emails woke up and she swears she was trafficked by Jay-Z, and she woke up at Jeffrey Epstein's house and she was trafficked by Jay-Z and another rapper, Pusha T. They appear in the emails. So we all wondered how it would come to an end for Jay-Z. It might be these, because if his name comes up again, it would explain a lot of things. It would explain why don't you remember, he and Beyonce were very prominent at Barack's re-election. And I always thought that was weird. I don't know why, but I just always thought it was strange. And it would also explain like how he's been able to matriculate, and so he's so much more secretive and less flashy than Puffy. So you have to think he's been up to things in his own way, and he hasn't made a lot of hit records in a long time. Now his wealth is interesting because yes, they still bought music when he started his career. So yes, he could be wealthy from music, but he hasn't really done a lot of other things. With Puffy, you could see, he did this and that and this, and he quite possibly could be a billionaire from that. But, I think Jay-Z could very easily be a billionaire from his own blackmail operation. And his would be way more subtle than Puff's. But it says the newly released files contain upwards of 38,000 references to Mr. Trump, his wife, Mar-a-Lago, and related terms. An earlier tranche released late last year included an additional 130 files with Trump-related mentions. So, why people are trying to pretend like Trump and Epstein weren't who they were to each other, I don't know. But it's obvious that he appears in these files, and he probably really did enjoy a lot of his services, directly or indirectly. Gosh. So there's all kinds of, this is wild. U.S. President Donald Trump faces fresh allegations from newly released Epstein files. Now this comes February 1st is the date of this article. that claims he harbors a distaste for black women. Who's shocked by that? A post on social media highlighting an exchange between Jeffrey Epstein and an unnamed individual revealed the former's claim about Trump's stance on black women, stating he doesn't like black girls. Like, that seems fairly obvious. This is a stark contrast to Trump's new alliance with Nicki Minaj, one of the most famous black female artists in the music industry, who recently claimed to be his number one fan. The timing of the allegations has raised eyebrows as Trump has just established a public alliance with the singer and songwriter. According to this giant trove of documents from the Department of Justice that they just dropped. So, amongst the 3 million pages of records, specific entries claim that Donald Trump is not a fan of black women. So, between Epstein and an unnamed individual, there's an exchange. The latter said they would see the former in the coming month. The latter added that they plan to bring at least 2 women with them, saying they are up for anything, you'll love them. Ugh. The names of the women were redacted, but they were presumably black, based on Epstein's response. Not a good idea, Epstein replied, adding, Trump will be there. He doesn't like black girls. Calls them boogers. Won't go with them in 10 feet. What? Won't go within 10 feet of them. Epstein was illiterate. He had a lot of typos. Boogers, huh? Wow. But you can tell, I mean, there's nothing shocking about that. It seems like MAGA, the whole energy of MAGA is racist. The whole energy of Donald Trump's life is racist. And I mean the textbook definition, which is, I believe I'm superior to you based on my race. But I think he also might be classist. But I tell you, one person he didn't tangle with was Michelle Obama. He seemed to draw the line without publicly saying something horrible about her. But I mean, it's clear. Trump clearly has no love for black women. I don't think that's any kind of shocker. He's always kind of gone after the sisters, except for those 2 clowns that seemed to love him during his first election. I think one of them died. They had like crazy names too, remember? They seemed like industry plants to me, like somebody paid them a lot of money to say the things they said. But anyway, welcome to February. It's gonna be bonkers like the rest of the last 12 months. But I feel like we're in I'm not sure what is going on. I feel like we're in a fever dream. So one minute they're telling you there's nothing. How does Kash Patel get on the stand and lie and keep his job? Because clearly there's something here. And then they start releasing this. So is it somebody in the Justice Department who just is really trying to do the right thing? Because I'll be honest with you, Americans are apathetic about a lot of things. And I think these politicians have convinced themselves that like they're untouchable, no one will care, but they never understood universally everybody is against sex trafficking, rape, molesting kids. And these are a lot of people that we believed in. Now look at the Democrats. They can't even use Bill Clinton's presidency as a feather in the cap anymore, because he's all through Jeffrey Epstein, honey. He's all through all these files. Jeffrey Epstein has a really bizarre painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress. I mean, let's be honest. The Democrats have looked completely feckless, and they can't throw any dirt because they're dirty too, which is what I've been trying to tell you. So it's just a lot of things going on. And then there's this one really disturbing story where a victim sent his, I don't know, he's in the file dump, but he swears that He saw people get murdered. He saw children get murdered. Apparently, Robin Leach was accused of strangling a girl, and they saw it. And you'll remember him because he was Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Although on the show, he left that part out. Very, very, very strange. I don't know what to make of this, because it makes you feel like everybody is corrupted. You know, it just does. It feels really, really, really strange. And corrupted in ways that you can't. We're not talking about, anything small. These are huge transgressions. These aren't even things you could say moralistically, you were doing it for the right reason. There is no right reason to molest kids. There is no right reason to associate with a known sex trafficker, because that's really what he is. And he sex trafficked kids, because that's what I'm saying. Watch. Soon we'll find out that there's going to be somebody, and he's trafficking these people for different reasons. Some of these people are just sex perverts, but some of them are doing ritualistic stuff. We've all assumed that these religions that you saw in the past went away, but there are people who still worship these satanic religions. They're not godly. And I think that's what all of this is setting us up to realize. It's like, you may think about God, but there are a lot of people who, when they say God, they're not talking about the same God we're talking about. And that's where you need your discernment. And I don't care if you love a certain actor or you've gone to a certain business and think it's great. You just got to be prepared to hear anybody's name and cut bait with them. Because you don't know these people and we don't know what they're into. But I can tell you one thing, Bill Clinton is single-handedly destroying the Democratic Party by being up in these files like this. It is not going to be good. And perhaps that explains why the polls said Hillary was going to win. And then on election night, she lost her shirt. It wasn't even close. So, yeah. They cheated, but they probably didn't cheat in the way we think. But I think now even voting is corrupted. Like, why are people even voting? It's clear, especially in Missouri, you'll vote for something and then the legislature will just come right behind you and get rid of it. Now I think they steal elections, and Musk said it himself. He said it himself. If they investigated this past election with Trump, he would go to jail. Except they own the Department of Justice right now. But there's somebody who wants you to know the truth, and they keep releasing these files. And I'm still not sure how Kash Patel isn't fired. But here's the last unsettling thing. Trump faces horrifying Epstein files claims he measured children's genitals during Mar-a-Lago gatherings with billionaires. I could see him doing that. Don't ask me why. I don't know this man. But something about him screams pedophile to me. He seems like a pedophile. And they've been letting it out little by little. But I also think he probably preyed upon little boys. Because I've heard there's one kid who's a survivor. He's in hiding. And he swears that he was trafficked to Donald Trump. And see, now with the internet, you can get this stuff out and go into hiding. And this man has been trying to tell the story since 2020. Use your discernment and ask every day to be delivered from evil, because we are living through it. All right, take care of yourselves. Happy Monday. I'm sorry, this is grim, but this is what we have to go through in order to get to peace. We're not going to be able to live comfortably, peacefully, as long as we're in denial about what's really going on. And I think what's really going on is a ginormous child sex trafficking ring that has a lot of famous and notable names in it, and they've been covering it up because they don't want to lose their power, you know, and they all know about it. That's how Nancy Pelosi gets to do her $200 million insider trading. They're all holding each other's nasty, nasty secrets. But the truth is coming out, and no one will be spared. This looks really horrible. The good news is there's no connection for real between Mom Donnie and Epstein. So that's good. They think the picture is some sort of AI thing. So I hope that's true. I really do hope that's true. But the rest of the stuff I said is facts. Like, you cannot deny Bill Clinton and Jeffrey Epstein's connection, but it looks like Mira Nair was just at a party based off of a movie she directed. But again, I guess my biggest issue is like, nobody's just from nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody's just a regular person. Like, the mayor of New York's mom is a very celebrated filmmaker, which makes me think he had access to more. His story's probably not what we were told anyway. Not that I've been following it that closely, but a lot of people really deeply believe in this guy. And it's like, yeah, he might be in the club though. That's all. That is all. Just use your awareness, use your instincts, and yeah, we need discernment more than ever. Have a great start to your February, despite what sounds like we may be all negative news. This is what we have to go through to get to the truth before we can actually live, you know, as a country with character again. And America's been in a lot of dirt. We got a long way to go, but this is huge. We are all united on the fact that we do not think this behavior is something that people should be doing. And they all underestimated that. If you think these parties are separate, you have not been paying attention.